It's HaShulchan Yerideh Simin Lamed Zayin Sif Lamed Beis Lamed Daled. Today is day 243 of Supplemental HaShulchan Yomi series. We're supposed to be doing Lamed Alf, Lamed Daled, but we did Lamed Alf yesterday because yesterday's allotment was short. So today we're doing Lamed Beis to Lamed Daled. Zesh Kosa, Lamed Beis. There are more rights. There are two bubbles, one opposite the other, one opposite the other. Bench unos kashera, between two unos kash. Kamasa feel makom she unos shachol zazu. Even in the place where the lobes are lying each other. We come never as lo neir kashay buis timiche. We don't dismiche. We don't look at this as two bubbles which are adjacent to each other. Avshin smucha zulazu, even they are adjacent to each other. Come self lobe and achasin. Nevertheless, they're not in the same lobe. Lo yikaku zelazeh. They're not going to enhance each other's ruin. Furthermore, the even while the animals are alive, while the animals alive, also they're a little bit separate because they're always fluttering. But I've got this even though if there's an adhesion there from lobe to lobe, it's considered to be a low. Which is a problem, which goes to have a similar test. Sif Lamed Beis, I'm going to see much later on. Because that's going to be actually adjacent. Again, that's not true about the bubbles, where they have to be not adjacent to each other from lobe to lobe, but adjacent to each other on the same lobe. Yeah, but that what she writes that a bubble by a deposit. The chayagav the treif and such a man as treif. Hatam. This is kemush shekola unam rachevestem yichay behema. Since the lobe is constantly fluttering, should live animal's lifetime. But tinra kosh and the deposit is hard like a stone. Kefes and it beats when it's fluttering. Hatmidus and it's constant fluttering. As a bush connected to the bubble opposite it, a little nikova, so it's likely to puncture it. It's worse than when you have a bubble and a deposit adjacent to each other. In one place, can move on. The tinra doesn't necessarily apply any pressure on the bua. In this case, the fact that the bubble is clear water doesn't do any good. The con, since here hatam, the reason is we need to keep us out of tinra is because of the pressure applied by the beating. I guess the slapping might be the right word of the deposit on the bubble. Mama because this do it's clear water. Now my however, if by inflating the lung, talem mara the look of the lung overrides the bubble. Kosher. It doesn't have a chalei shem bua in that case. But tinra negatinra, if you have a deposit opposite the deposit, this also would be kosher. Even they slap each other. They're both hard. They're not going to pierce each other. So if you have a blister opposite a bubble, I don't think there's a concern. That Mursa came and she shoveled a bus around the blister, since it is equivalent. It's I guess the blisters don't really raise up like bubbles, so therefore it's smooth with the flesh of the lung. It's not going to slap the bubble. V'da should know the zeshis bar less or a bua al chritz or a kemet, that which the Ramah answered the bubble on a crease or on a fold. Zedafka al chritz mamish is only when it's actually on the crease. Okay, mamish actually in the fold. But if it's adjacent to them, lace lambom, that doesn't concern us. Then and he says chen kosav simcha chadasha. Lammed out. Chazal say if there's one bua which looks like two, I showed you a picture yesterday, such as where there's a crack in the middle. We don't know if it's actually two, it looks like two. We take a thorn and we pierce in one of its sides. I'll show you the picture again. Want to show you pictures? I should show you a picture of the double bore, which is the problem, according to me, that it already created a hole. See, there's a hole there between the two buos. The two buos then can create pressure, and There's a hole between the two of them over there. Okay, that's a single boor, which is not a problem. You can see that the flesh of the raya is going over the top of it. And the two boosters, that's this over here. You're going to pierce one of them. Let's see if you push on the other one where the liquid comes through to the other side. You pierce one of them, and then you push by pressure and see if the liquid goes through over there. So then you know it's two of them together. And this is actually just showing from the outside, the same thing. Okay, so so again, there's a crack in the middle of the bubble. We don't know if it's really two. It just looks like two. No, in coats you take a thorn, and we pierce it. Down one of the sides. We see if they spill one into each other. It's one bubble. It's kosher lab. It's not a shnayim. That's two treifa. Here's some say that the film shochem zelazeh. Even they spill one into the other. Maybe they have two pockets. And that would mean that there's a clear-cut evidence that there are two bubbles. And that which one spills into the other, that's no evidence. There's evidently a hole between the two of them. That's a shach, the name of the Marashal. They don't spill into each other, even if it's in one pocket, still shefa. It's literally two bubbles, actually two bubbles, I should say. The fact that one spills the other doesn't do any good. It's obvious that it shows that there's a hole between the two of them. Okay, I guess that hole maybe is a problem. Is the problem. If you make this hole, they don't spill into each other. If you inflate one, also got masheni pichazu. I guess you inflate the specific bubble, and the other one also inflates. Or spilled water into one of them. And the second one also got filled with that water that you spilled into it. This is clear evidence. It's one bubble. It's kosher. It's very and HaShulchan agrees with this. It's a good svara. The fact that they're not spilling to each other unless you use the artificial means of inflation or pouring in water. It could be that the moisture inside the bubble is thick, and therefore can't be spilled around in all of it. HaShulchan says those arguments. They don't spill into each other. They're treif no matter what. Even if one rises when you inflate the other, if you pour water, goes from one to the other. For meaning, we say we say there's a small hole between the two of them. There are two bubbles with a small hole. And the pus doesn't go from one to the other. For but air and water can, but still treif. It's a simcha. And certainly we should be machmir like this opinion. Came to the Gemara, the only test to mention the Gemara is to see if they spill into each other. There are two pockets, but it's treif no matter what. We said, but if you didn't check to see if they're pockets, it's not an impediment after the fact, as long as they actually spill one into the other. And that's it for today.